to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Yeah. Welcome to my channel. I am Manaka and this is my channel, Manaka. Woo, child. Okay. So, what has been happening since the last video? Damn. So, I think I did already state that from beginning of the year, I've been intentionally watching Abraham Hicks videos. Abraham Hicks basically teaches you how to align with what is good. So higher vibrational stuff. It teaches you how to, I guess, be in a better space to receive all the things that you're asking for. So I think the biggest thing that manifestation doesn't really teach is that as humans, we have a tendency to focus way too deeply on the things that irk us and the things that piss us off, and we have these weird tendencies to continuously talk about it. There was this other person who was talking about this other spiritual person. I don't remember their name or who it was, but information just and then I just want to relay it. So literally, this person was talking about how therapy is good at the start, which I fully believe because of the way they explained it. Therapy is a good thing to do, especially if you haven't gotten the capacity or the space or the chance to talk about your experiences in a sense. So like I said in one of my other videos, I think it was quite a while ago, trauma is dependent on the person. So unfortunately, we can't say that trauma is only the things that as humans we consider to be hectic. So yeah, I think trauma is basically something that triggers you or shifts your mindset so drastically that at a molecular level you can even change. Like there's things that I have seen that if I had to have a conversation with somebody who's seen the hectic things of this world, they would consider me to be a spoiled brat. But the thing is, that experience to me shifted my outlook on life. It shifted the way I responded to life and the way I was to people. So I would consider that to be trauma. I'm not saying that the really bad things that happen to people aren't trauma. I'm saying that there's levels. Just like everything in life, there's levels. Okay. So cool. Been doing that, Abraham Hicks. And then I started reading a book called The Silver Mind Control Method, and it has shifted my mind. Oh my God. Like, I know at the beginning it was amazing, and then it got to a point where so I have a friend who keeps telling me that I'm crazy because I have a lot of voices in my head, and it's true, I have a lot of voices in my head. And I think there's been different phases in my life where different voices are louder than other voices. I've had phases where the confident one was the loudest. I've had phases where the shy one was the loudest. I mean, literally, if I could just take the information from that VCR, put it onto a CD or like onto MP3 or MP4 and show you guys what I did when I was like 8. We had a play and I was finished shy. I finished shy. And it's weird because I compare it to when I was still in nursery school and I had just decided that I wanted to be a ballerina, and I was like, oh, and I wasn't shy then. I was just showing off. I was the queen, right? Then fast forward to, I think I was 8, grade 3. Was it grade 3 or 4? One of the two. But we had a play, right? And there was a part where we had to be animals there was a part where we had to be like a monster almost, with like shields in front of us, right? But nigga, I was hiding behind the shield. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to you, but it's a shield that you can hide behind, right? But there's a point where you have to show yourself. And I wasn't showing myself for shit. I was trying to make sure that this shit was done quick, fast, so I can get off the stage, you know? And it's weird because, like, you think people are staring at you, but are they really, you know? And I considered myself to be shy for so long. I considered myself to be shy. And, you know, the more you actually think about it, is the more you realize that it wasn't really being shy. It was that I was extremely uncomfortable because I had gotten, I guess a almost traumatic experience where I started doubting myself because of what I had seen outside of myself, where I had seen people that I really cared about just not giving a shit about each other. And that for me was like, okay, so if this person doesn't give a shit about this person and they're supposed to, in my mind, give a shit about each other, what does that say about me? Do I have to stop? And I didn't think about it because I was 5. I didn't think about that shit. I asked a question, I didn't get an answer. And I think because I didn't get an answer, I just automatically shifted. I think I automatically thought that was my answer. Cool, sharp. I shouldn't be myself. I should be always molding myself to what other people want. And that's literally been my voice since I was 5. Molding myself to other people continuously. Feeling like I didn't have enough, feeling like I needed to be more. And yes, there were little spurts of energy where the version of myself who is powerful, the version of myself who has been hiding herself since I was 5, would come out and be like, hey, I am here, you know, and where people would just see me and be like, oh damn girl, you know. And over time I had to shift it. So there was the shy version of myself, but I had to shift it. So the confident side of me became the confident side of me, I think, became like the bitch. Like I became a bitch. Like I had a hard face, I had a hard exterior, my natural masculine energy just shifted to the unhealed masculine energy, where I was forcing myself onto people. Like I will be here, but like, listen, like I don't give a shit, but inside I gave a shit. Anyway, so I think in between the whole mind control steps and stuff like that, I did get to a point where I have a very loud voice that is lower vibrational, and that one was like, yeah, it's not gonna work. So it has been like a, you know, it's a learning thing where you have to figure out which level of the shadow work you are at, because I think traumas need to be healed in phases. The same way I guess I wouldn't really say that it affected us in phases. I would say more that it got us so low that getting back up to what we were is going to only happen in phases, because you have to slowly allow yourself to believe in that certain thing. I give an example of money sometimes, well, to myself, majority of the time, where I explain that our mindsets will only give us, or our universe, so our mind creates what's in our universe, and our universe will only give us what we already believe we deserve. So if I think I only deserve hundreds, that's what I will get. If I think I deserve only thousands, that's what I will get. If I think I deserve tens of thousands, that's what I will get. If I think hundreds of thousands, if I think millions, that's what I will get. But I think that's the reason why a lot of people think being successful is hard work, or getting to success is hard work. it isn't exactly that it's hard work to get to success. It's hard work to unlearn the shit that has created what you are now, right? Majority of us, especially as black people, we have not gotten what I would say a lot of Caucasian people have gotten. We have gotten parents who are in survival mode because of how they were raised. They were raised in apartheid. They were raised through slavery. They were raised by people who went through such really horrible times. And then we pop out in the 90s and we're like, oh, hey, you know. And that's where the mindset shift, I think, sort of has to interlock with what you get from your home, what you get from the outside, and what you believe fully within yourself. I did state it in my other video, the Saturn return one, of the phases of 7. How the first 7 years is what you learn from your family. Second 7 years is what you learn from your outside world, like friends and society. The next 7 years is what you learn from religion, or what you would like to believe is religion. So it doesn't necessarily have to be religion. It could just be finding God, in a sense. And then the next 7 would be putting that all together. And then the return. I said it better in the other video. Anyway, but yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah, I think as black people, we have... So I put a video up on TikTok yesterday. I don't even know which point I was at. But, so healing any type of trauma, I think even generationally, needs to happen in phases. A lot of traditional healers, a lot of psychics, mediums say the same thing, that there's that one child who is born to clear up the karma or clear up the generational trauma. But I don't necessarily believe it's one child. I think the phase of the phase of clearing up or healing, it goes in phases. So I think that it starts off with whoever got traumatized, right? And yes, it stays in your DNA. Like they say, your ancestors live within your DNA. Hence the reason why your ancestors aren't just the ones who've passed. It's the ones who have passed, who are living, and who are still to come. These are spirits that already know, because time is just a human construct, right? So these are spirits that already know what has happened, what will happen, and what is happening. So I think that the healing of trauma usually happens in phases. So there's probably different people within your family line that clear it up. I think the difference is when they say that one child comes up, I think that one child is the one to break it. So there's the phases of we are healing, we are changing, we are healing, and then there's the breaking. So it's the same with you, your life. You start off fine. Then you come into this world and the adults tell you how to think and how to live, and you believe them. And then there will obviously be a place where you start learning for yourself what is the truth and what is not. I think it's the same thing. It's phases. And then there will be a point where that trauma does not affect you anymore. You don't get triggered anymore. And I think that's how you know that you're healing, when something triggers you differently. Something can still trigger you, but as long as it's triggering you differently and you're responding to it differently, or able to respond to it differently, that's how you find that shit. I'm getting better at this shit, you know. But yeah, the TikTok video was basically me talking about God's debris, and how a friend had given me the book when I was still trying to figure out what my belief system was, when I literally just thought, hey, I believe in the universe, yo. You know, and there's so many things that have come into being since reading the book for the first time, and I just wanted to reread it. I did create a spiritual book club, so it is the first book that we read, and rereading it after I think probably 7 years, it's been amazing. Yes, it has been 7 years. Shit, that's crazy. It's been amazing to see how I view that way of thinking now, you know. And I think that's one thing that we tend to forget. We rate ourselves so much. We put ourselves so high anywhere as humans, and then we throw the race card, and then we throw the gender card, and then we throw the sexuality card and the what we're doing card. And I've said this before, energy is energy, bro. Like, everything is energy. And what it reminded me of is that everything works together. There's this phrase that they said, where they said that if God is omnipotent and ever-knowing and all of that, he is less likely to look at a human like they're the best amongst all of their creation. God will not look at humans like they're the best. They will look at everything the same way. They will look at the rock, they will look at the tree, the birds, the ants, all the same way. And it made me realize that we have a long way to go, especially as Black consciousness, because I think right now we're at the phase of healing and remembering. But remember, when you're healing, because it goes in phases, we are still at the part where we have to unlearn that we are not shit. Basically, think of it this way. You have DNA of people who were slaves. You have DNA of people who were in apartheid, right? All of this fucked up shit. And I'm not saying that Caucasian people haven't been through fucked up shit. They have. Hence the reason why they had to find a way to be better. Like, if information comes to you and you're like, oh shit, I can use this to make other people feel like shit and make me feel better, it's not a good way of healing, but it's a way of building yourself up. And unfortunately, as humans, we have stepped on each other's heads for so long just to be at the top. But there is no top. The same way that religion teaches that God is up there, there is no top. Like, the more I get into understanding spirituality and understanding everything and how everything is connected, there is no top. You know, I was in a Twitter live, I'll try put the link below, where they were talking about how everything is measured by the way we experience life, or how we view life, right? And it doesn't matter, like, how do I say it? Okay, so in God's Debris, they talk about how our brains are delusion generators, right? Cool, we get it already. Our experiences and everything that we think everything that we continuously think creates our reality, right? Hence the reason why I was saying a rich person or a famous person, they don't just get there. They have to unlearn certain things. The Big Leap talks about it, that your glass ceiling needs to keep moving up. Hence the reason I was also talking about the money. You need to keep adding to it. You can't allow yourself to just stay at a certain level and then be like, yeah, this is what I deserve, this is what I'm going to keep getting, you know? Once you get it, go to the next thing. Hence the reason why even Abraham Hicks talks about it, that the journey needs to be what makes you happy. Because once you get, say, that car, I want a Porsche. But I know once I get that Porsche, I'm going to want another car, because there will be the experience of a human is receiving. Okay, it's about putting what you want out there and then receiving what you want, and then putting what you want and receiving it, and in between those is the journey. So once you receive that thing, you know that you're going to want to put something already. Like, my Pinterest board has changed, not too much, but it has changed over the years because of what I have noticed in reality, or what I've allowed myself to believe I deserve. And as I started believing that I deserve more than just the little minimum things, it starts showing up. And once it starts showing up, that's when your mind shifts to like, ooh, maybe I could, ooh, you know? There was this other thing Abraham Hicks said, where she was talking about how Esther, the lady who channels Abraham Hicks, she and her husband had passed a place or a house, and they had gotten this beautiful feeling, and they were like, good things happened here, you know, good people were here, and they had happy times, or whatever, right? And then eventually they bought that place, eventually they made it their headquarters and whatever. And then her and her husband had a conversation one day, and they were like, shit, our office is in that same meadow where we felt so good. It's that same meadow where good things have happened. The husband asked Esther and was like, can you please bring Abraham Hicks? I want to ask something. Coolly asked Abraham Hicks, he's like, have good things happened here before, right? And Abraham Hicks simply said, time is relative. Time is a construct only created by humans. The good feelings or the good experiences that you were feeling were your own. Oh, that shit gonna make me teary-eyed. The good experiences that you were feeling are your own. That excitement that you feel when you see the person, it's your own good experiences just showing themselves to you in energy form. Oh my God. So I know it sounds weird, it sounds delusional, but I mean, our brains are delusion generators, so why not drive the delusion generator to your desires? And whatever makes you feel, and there's another thing she says, everything that makes you feel good is a reminder that you are closer to your higher self. It's a reminder that you're closer to your inner being. And anything that feels lower vibration is just a reminder that that's not it, that you are straying away. And it just made me realize that the love I have for other people or things or places is just a reminder of what I came here to do. And that excitement is literally just me sparking up a conversation with my higher being. Anyway, I think that's what I wanted to say. Anyway, there's parts that I know that I've butchered and left out and forgotten, but I really hope that you guys can use this video to remind yourself that yes, we're allowed to be angry. Yes, we're allowed to still be holding on to shit, but once you get to a certain place in trauma, that, like I said at the beginning with therapy, there's a point where you talk about it and it's enough talking, because you talking about it is you reliving that situation. So once you've talked about it and you feel like you've spoken enough about it, let it go. Let it go. And just be excited about the future. Allow yourself to focus on the things that are going really well for yourself. allow yourself to focus on the things that are just really, really good. And then everything else will align. But yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say. I probably have so much more to say, but honestly, if I keep talking, this thing will be an hour long, and we do not want that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you've gotten a little bit out of what I've said today, and that you have an amazing Jupiter day.